Welcome back to the Patreon edition of the Will I Vike podcast. I'm here with Lars Marius again, and we've got 3 bonus questions. So the first one is, what's the worst food you've ever eaten?
I guess it must be Haukar, the Icelandic Greenland shark that's dried,
Yeah, I've had that
fermented
one.
and dried.
Yeah,
That was. I ate it basically because I'd heard about it, and I decided, okay, I have to try it. So after a lot of searching, we found it in a supermarket, like a little plastic box. With these cubes of shark meat, and I took after breakfast I took a toothpick and I ate one, and we have a photo of this because my daughter was standing, just behind me, holding her nose, and she's like, absolutely fantastic shot. But I mean, I hated it. I felt sick all the rest of that day. The first thing I did after I ate that cube was I went and I brushed my teeth 3 times to get rid of the flavor. It was nice. I talked to a guy who had eaten it. He was, I forget where it was. And he said he threw up the first 2 times that he ate it. And then the third time that he ate it, it was on a bet, and then he actually liked it. So now he eats it once a year, and I have to say, the ammonia and the fermented fish smell and all that stuff is really, really awful. But the texture was really nice. I remember I was thinking about this texture for several days afterwards. But it was well, that was the nice part. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And you didn't have the schnapps to wash it down. There's normally the Icelandic schnapps that you...
That's what this guy was saying, that the third time he washed it down with schnapps, and that really helped. And now he thought this was important, but this was breakfast. I have schnapps with breakfast. And also, I don't drink hard liquor at all. So, no.
Yeah. We had it out in, we were doing one of the tours around Iceland on a bus. And we were on like a minibus, and the guy drives out, and there was just a shed in the middle of a field, and he pulls up, goes into the shed, gets a little lunchbox out with the little cubes of, everyone gets a toothpick, and everyone had a little bit of schnapps, and it was, right, make sure you eat the shark first.
Yes.
What's the most memorable meal you've ever had?
I guess a really memorable meal is one that I had when we were traveling through Western Norway looking for traditional brewers. So a specialty in that part of the country is steamed and smoked sheep's head. And well, several things made this meal memorable. So for one thing, we were at the place where they produced them. So it's a really beautiful farm, and they serve it in this 17th century old food storehouse. The thing is, you sit down, and there is a face on your plate looking at you, and that's really quite unnerving. But I remember you see the face and you go, well, okay, let me get potatoes and mashed rutabaga, and you've done that, but the face is still there, and you're supposed to eat it. And I couldn't do it. So the host, of course, he's seen this many times before. So he says, you should start with the eye, and I'm like, I'm certainly not going to start with the eye. But then he just took his fork, took my fork, and took the eye out and said, well, you better eat it before it gets cold. And I'm like, well, you just take the fork, stick it in your mouth. But it was nothing special, the eye, really. It was like chewing fat. It didn't taste of anything special or so. And then having done that, I sort of got over the squeamishness, I guess I can say. So then I dove in, and it really is nice. I mean, it's just very, very tender sheep's meat. Tastes like normal, lightly smoked sheep's meat, and goes perfectly with the traditional beer that they also serve. But it's we've actually made it here at home a few times after that.
Yeah.
So it's that's something I would recommend. But there is the first time really is this hurdle you have to get over.
Over here, it's a little difficult to get hold of heads due to sort of the legislation behind sort of BSE and things. We struggle to get them. We've had goat's heads before, but it takes quite a lot of effort to actually get one. Yeah.
Oh, we don't eat the brain, so that's I think they remove it, so that's not really an issue. And I think for the producer, it's really easy to get heads, right? Because when you slaughter the lamb, the head is just waste normally.
I think they're incinerated here, to be honest.
That's a bit of a waste, to be honest.
Yeah. I know a goat farmer, and through them we've managed to get them before, but it takes quite a few hurdles. So it's a bit strange. I think we can get pigs' heads, but not sheep or goats. I guess probably not cows either. So yeah, it's very limited.
Definitely not cows, huh?
Yeah.
If they're worried about BSE, but like, why would pigs be okay? It's a bit strange.
Yeah, I've definitely seen pigs' heads on sort of menus at butchers and things. So,
but maybe people are used to eating pigs' heads, but not the others. Maybe that's part of it. Because I don't think I've seen pigs' heads served or available to buy here.
And like, I've had the whole animal before, like a suckling pig, and that comes with the head. But if I get a whole goat or something,
that's true.
It's headless. So there's something, for some reason, that we.
Yeah, that's true. There's also this traditional way of presenting it with an apple in the mouth, right? So pig's head kind of is a thing in a way that these are.
Yeah. All right. So the last question I'll ask you, and then I'll let you get on with your day, is so the premise is you've died, and your family and friends are preparing your burial, and they're going to put some things in the grave with you. What food and drink are you taking to Valhalla?
Well, I'm definitely taking Norwegian traditional beer. There's no question about that. Yeah, absolutely. But what food? I don't know. I guess they would give me sausage with mustard or something.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
I'm into different types of mustard. So every time we go abroad, we buy whatever we can get.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm the only person in the house who eats it. So that's another reason why they would put it in the grave.
To get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's a bonus for you because no one else eats it.
Yeah.
Limitless supply. Yeah.
Yep.
I had I came to Bora in Norway last year to a festival, and they had a chef making different food, and it had things like moose sausage.
Oh, nice.
And like wild boar and that kind of thing. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. There is a lot of variety that you can do with sausage. We actually we've been making sausage a few times, but we haven't done it often enough to really get good at it.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to recipes say things like you should boil the sausage, and we're beginning to think that no, you shouldn't boil the sausage. I think you lose some of the fat. So
traditionally, that's how we think they probably cooked them.
To boil them?
The Saxons and the Vikings, yeah, because they would have boiled most of their food anyway, because it's a good way of making sure things are cooked through. And what we actually do now is we boil them just briefly, because then you don't burn them on the barbecue, because they're semi-cooked already when they go on.
Yeah. But boiling, there's an issue with boiling, which is that historically kettles were extremely expensive. So I think a lot of people didn't have those.
Yeah.
In the Norwegian towns, they they had actually kettles that were made of soapstone. So they
Hmm.
were they were really mined out of the mountain and carved into a kettle-like shape. And the reason was the metal was so expensive, basically.
Hmm.
So I wonder about that. I mean,
Yeah.
what you said stands to reason, but if they didn't have,
Yeah, it's having
um,
the vessel to cook it in, I guess. It's going to
yeah,
depend on your wealth and stuff, isn't it?
yes, it will. So,
Hmm. So yeah, anyway, we'll close the podcast down. Thanks again for doing it.
yeah, thanks for having
Um,
me on,
and we'll say
and
bye to
I look
everyone.
forward to seeing the video. So, let me know when it's posted.
Well, thank you very much again.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's good to chat to you.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.